Just for you.
Just stealing players from AAA games. They're stealing players exponentially to the point.
Yoink! I will steal your AAA. I will steal it from here. I will steal it from there.
Point now that investors are talking about it.
The Whale of Maya. I like this t-shirt. It looks so muscly. It almost looks like it has like tentacles too.
And it's heralding the collapse of the default authority that much of this industry has enjoyed for.
I'm going to steal his t-shirt too. I'm stealing everything. It's well within my culture. You can steal. You're a good person, but not me.
Far too long. See, now I know some people are going to say, well, people have always talked about indie games. There's always been popular indie games. True, but they've never been the primary point of discussion. That is something that has almost always been fully dedicated to the biggest games in the industry. But in recent years, that has shifted almost entirely. And now we have analysts that are saying that this isn't some trend. No, indie games are the future of the games industry.
Let's go! Listen, I am actually all for AAA to die entirely. Fuck those people. Fuck Ubisoft, all of them. Fuck them. Everyone. I don't like them. They are always overpricing. Capcom can suck my dick too.
Now, there are a lot of moving parts to this story. I'm going to try to cover all of it.
Especially Capcom. Dude, have you seen how expensive the new Resident Evil is? Bro, I need a blowjob from Leon Kennedy to justify that price.
It's ranging anywhere from creativity to choice to price on some of these games. But what we are seeing right now is a complete takeover that is being executed by the most passionate.
Still no Bloodborne. It's okay. Bloodborne is going to happen right after Half-Life 3. You just have to trust, okay? If you trust, it's going to happen. Yes.
Passionate, by the most creative, by the most in touch with their audience, and the most affordable. What's the saying? Time is like a flat circle. Well, today, we're going back to the beginning. But before that, a shout out to Starforge Systems who did sponsor today's video. If you guys are looking for a new PC, check out the link down below. Best PCs on the market. I can say that because mine still works. Back to the video. I find the time.
Best PC. Haven't broke it yet. 10 out of 10. I mean, I guess.
Timing of this to be almost poetic. 2026 starts off with Riot Games laying off staff because 2XKO just didn't have enough momentum to
I don't like that game. I didn't like that game.
Justify the team size behind it, while Hytale, the game that they abandoned because they just couldn't get it out the door, comes back from the dead, gets bought back by its original creators, and then blows past 2 million in sales only weeks after its reacquisition. Then we have Highguard, the investor-backed independent.
Love that game. Highguard. My new favorite. Wait. I promised you guys we are going to check it within a week. We are not at the week yet. Oh, listen, it's the weekend. It's picking up. Oh my God. Look at that. 1,930. I literally keep a Highguard tab open just so that I can check in. Okay, it's the weekend. We have the weekend puff. Okay.
Independent AAA live service game that's player count dies in a matter of hours, and here we are yet again talking about layoffs. Meanwhile,
listen, Weekend is treating the boys well.
While Meowgenic shows up, sells 500,000 copies in under 48 hours.
I heard about this game. Everyone is playing it.
My Milky Way mistress, the concept of big company make big game is good.
Yeah.
However, people with nothing but a business degree and NEPA money are steering the ship right into the rocks. Ubisoft used to be the goat, but the parasites sucked it dry.
The parasite. Now it feels like it's you, Andrew Ryan. The parasite.
Hours cracks 80,000 concurrent players on Steam within days, and while
oh my God, do you think that the Highguard people are jealous? Do you wait? I have to check. Is it still like that? What is it? Meowgenics? Oh my God. It's even more. Oh my God, they actually have the peak. The all-time peak was 5 minutes ago. Bro, fucking 5 minutes ago. So current. You know, if you would download Meowgenics right now and you would start playing it, you could break the record just right now. Absolute stonks. That's amazing. Hasn't been under 50k in 3 days. Dude, if I would be the High Guard people, I would be so salty. Oh, I would be so bitter. I would crash out.
Yes, this is coming from the developer who made Binding of Isaac. The marketing for this game was basically a YouTube video from its creator on a scuffed webcam 5 months before release. This is the story that we've been watching get louder and louder every single year. Big budget AAA games land with teams of hundreds or thousands, marketing so thick you can't escape it, and then nothing. No track.
I will be honest with you, I saw nothing of High Guard. Nothing. It's not like I missed it or anything. I'm just letting you know I saw nothing.
No pull. They hit the market like a brick and sink. Meanwhile, indie games made by 1 or 2 people.
Look at that fat ass cat. 10 out of 10. Game of the year. Yes, that's in.
Show up with 0.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my Christian stream. Really? Even the star of Oh my god, Edmund, you degenerate. Oh no.
Marketing and just shred the charts apart.
Wait, did that come out of the butthole? What?
Snatching the players by the millions. For a long time, it was easy to treat this like it's some fun underdog story. People love to see the little guy win, but there's always been this quiet dismissal that I've seen underneath it. Like, these wins don't matter. Like, the industry is just too big to have any consequences. Like, the silent majority is out there, and they're still just propping up the AAA games industry. And if you think that, you're wrong. Because indie isn't just outperforming AAA every once
What am I looking at in the background?
in a while. No, these...
my innocent eyes. My innocent eyes.
players are getting pulled away repeatedly, and they're not coming back, and now we have proof.
Stop.
Not long ago, Bain Company, a group of analysts and managers working under the Bain investment umbrella, mostly focused on tech and things like that, published a report titled "Squeezed in the Middle, AAA Game Studios Must Adapt," where they wrote...
But AAA, listen, AAA used to be the standard, the golden standard. Now AAA means it's going to be expensive, it's going to be boring, it's going to be pushing some whatever is politically popular at the moment agenda, plus it's going to have AI content in it because they are also pushing it in. So there is nothing good about it anymore.
Wow, even video game cats have better relationships than a space cat.
I don't want to hear it. Shut up.
AAA video game studios are caught in a pincer movement. On one side, nimble indies are delivering hit games on shoestring budgets, and on the other, huge games-as-a-service platforms such as Roblox and Fortnite are pulling players, creators, and brands into their gravitational orbit. In between, AAA studios are getting squeezed. Executives from these incumbents...
Oh no, poor AAA. Poor Ubisoft. Man, Assassin's Creed Shadow was so good. I just don't understand how they flopped. Crazy.
Studios can no longer ignore the hard truth. They will have to reinvent how they operate if they want to stay relevant and secure their future. Indie developers are thriving despite lacking large work.
Bro, they just came out. I saw that they came out with that game where you just like steal stupid shit. What was its name? Relooted. I heard that it had also very nice success with the people. It was all-time peak was 57 people. Mind you, this game dropped a week ago. It was on the 10th. So it dropped 5 days ago. And they got 57 people. 57. That's impressive. That's actually, honestly, impressive as fuck. I love it. Less than Nekopara. Okay, Nekopara is popular. What are you talking about? Hello? But like, I don't know, man. I feel like, how much was Concord? I feel like this out-Concorded Concord. Right? How much was... Yeah. Yeah, definitely. No, yeah, Concord definitely had more. I don't know what studio made it. The Relooted thingy. Can you fuck off? I don't think it's AAA, but it's still very impressive because I remember when the videos came out and they got like so much support. They were like, oh my God, it's going to be amazing. The modern audience that tells you on Twitter that you have done so well, it doesn't exist. These people will lie to you. They will say that, oh my God, it's the best thing ever, and they will never play your game. Stop being stupid.
Forces and financial resources that would come with being owned by a major publisher. As an illustration, their PC revenues grew at 22% compound annual rate from 2018 through 2024 versus 8% for AA, mid-market studios, and AAA.
It's the gamers who are at fault. You're so right. So true. It's all your fault. Can you imagine if I would have had... If I would have tell you to like buy the game and download it and whatnot, we could have beat the high score on that game. Just us together as Pocatos. No, but hypothetically, we want to pull like a little sneaky on them. We could, we don't want to, but we could, you know? You just have to treasure the power that you hold, that just us as a small community, we could have break the high record. It would have been amazing.
If you want to understand the current state of AAA gaming industry, watch the film The Producers.
The Producers? Haven't heard about it.
Large studios with big teams. And
allow me to buy some stock from them first. Insider trading, we're all going to jail. I mean, how much could it be? Like $5, basically?
Budgets focused on making ambitious titles. Even indie's share
Not
of
much.
total games available on Steam has remained relatively constant, according to our analysis of estimated upfront game sales from Video Games Inside. Okay, so now to translate that into normal human language, indie isn't just growing
It is
faster
not
than
money
AAA.
laundering. It is investor fraud.
Ah, okay, sorry, my bad. I'm not very good with the lawyer talk. He's going to be our lawyer, okay? We are committing fraud, gentlemen, together.
It's growing at nearly 3 times the rate over the same stretch. And because growth compounds, that gap isn't just sitting there, it's snowballing. It's becoming the...
Wait, it has a free demo. Wait, really?
Alice Koo. Happy to be
Hey,
here
Richie.
again.
Hello. I will still not download it. Even if it has a free demo. They would make me want to you know what? No, I wanted to say that if they sponsor me, I would play it, but no, I even like that. I don't want to play it. I'm sorry, they cannot make me pay it. No, I don't think so.
new default for the industry. And the market share here is a savage telling because Bain could sit here and say AAA grew 8%. Sure, but AAA also started with the throne. If AAA's market share, which in this case means player base or individual sales, drops from 76...
Let's fraud some millions out of the investors. I take idea applications that are fraudable right now.
Hey, Nami! Hello. We are about to commit fraud together. Allegedly, for legal reasons. That's a joke. We are not really, but we are planning to commit. No, we are not. We are jokingly, just hee and ha. We are committing fraud. And we are gonna become millionaires. Do not I'm not calling in. We are most definitely not committing fraud. Yeah, even with... they can't afford that. They only sold 56 of the game. They can't afford that shit.
percent to 61%. That's bad. That's really bad. That's a 15% loss. That's like these guys losing anywhere from 90 to 100 million individual sales. That's essentially the floor giving out from underneath them.
But you have to remember, I would feel bad for AAA if we wouldn't have watched the previous video when he had the talk with Ubisoft. And they were like talking about, hey, did you see that E33 won basically all the fucking awards? Hey, maybe we could do something like that. And Ubisoft was like, nah, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Yeah, how about an additional layer of managers? So I can't really feel bad for them. They're like actively shooting themselves into their feet. And they are just like, oh no, how could they do this to us?
And in this case, they're only talking through 2024. 2025 was even worse for these guys. That was a year where most of the biggest budget releases came in under expectations outside of Battlefield 6. And
maybe they don't want money. Maybe they are actually just doing some money laundering or something. I don't know.
Multiple indie games were tearing holes through the games industry, dragging players away. And you know what makes this entire thing that much more insulting? It includes Black Myth Wukong and Baldur's Gate 3 into AAA sales. And I don't care what box an analyst wants to try to put them in. Those are not AAA games in my eyes, nor do I think a lot of players would be.
They are trying to put Baldur's Gate into it because it was basically game of the fucking year and everyone talked about it for so fucking long and they need their stats to look better. That's why. It doesn't matter that it wasn't AAA, but it's like, ooh, we must.
Those games.
You know, listen, next year, maybe even E33 will count as a AAA, you know, because the stats are going to be so fucking bad.
AAA either. They are
It
outliers. And if you strip those outliers away, that means these guys are suffering massive losses.
Baldur's Gate was amazing. I have never played a game like that. I was so overwhelmed, but in like the best way possible. I was like, it's insane that you can do anything and everything in that game. It was amazing.
And the funny thing is, even
I didn't reach the last chapter. I got sort of ADHD'd about it, but I was like in like 80% of the second one.
drafting two games into their
acting.
corner that honestly do not belong there, these guys are still getting beaten by indie games. That is just insane to me. So what's causing this loss of players? Why are indie games taking over the industry? Well, even the analysts are starting to see things from our perspective, though I do think they're...
Reason number one, you can afford it because it doesn't cost $100 arenas. That's reason number one. Reason number two, it's still made by gamers for gamers, and they will not call you a bigot or whatever the fuck they want to call you for not selling enough. You know? And they are not going to put stupid filler, preachy content into it.
Data is flawed. Bain writes, what's fueling this disruption is not a cycle, it is a structural shift that's reshaping the economics of the industry. Several trends are behind it. Player preferences are evolving while gamers continue to value high-fidelity graphics, gameplay...
Look at Overwatch, right? Overwatch was fucking flopping for like the past, I don't know, 1 year, 2 years now. Now that they haven't made money in such a long time, what did they do? Oh no, attractive characters. Attractive character skins. Wow. I wonder why. What happened? Who's going back to Overwatch? I don't think so.
Is the most important reason players choose and stay engaged with games. In Bain's 2025 survey, 22% of gamers cited gameplay as the number one reason they play their favorite games, while high quality...
Gamers play games for the game? What? What are you telling me? What? That's insane. Impossible.
graphics or audio was cited by only 7% of...
Well, I was only playing it for the complimentary blowjob, actually. So we are not the same. I don't think so.
Gamers as the most important factor. That dynamic has helped level the playing field, as game studios of any size can achieve commercial success if they get the gameplay right. See Undertale, Stardew Valley, and Vampire Survivors, for example. Indie quality is up. Top indie games rival or surpass AAA titles in critical acclaim. Last year, 75% of the top 20 highest rated games on Metacritic were developed by indie studios, nearly double their share in 2016. As of this writing, Claire Obscure Expedition 33, Blue Prince, and Split Fiction top...
What is Blue Prince? I don't think I ever heard about that. What?
Metacritic's 2025 ratings, outshining even the most ambitious AAA releases.
Don, what is that? Is that like some corn game or something? What is that?
They go on to talk about disruptive tech, barriers collapsing, budgets not making sense, marketing not working, and yeah, all that stuff matters. Indie quality is obviously up. I think anybody can see that, but they're still missing the point here because they're treating those high ratings like it's a fact to report instead of a question that needs to be answered. Why were they rated that highly? What did they do that AAA isn't doing? And also, I'm sorry, I want to know who they are surveying because there is no shot that only 22% of gamers said that gameplay is the reason that they stick to a game. Like, okay, sure, you're going to have a couple people that are here for the story, the art, music, vibes. I'm here for my waifu, whatever. But is it fun is the actual foundation of these games. It is the entire tree. Everything else just hangs off of that. Without it, the game dies. And AAA has basically been speedrunning proof of that over the past couple of years. For all the insights and
tell me, when you play a game, what's the most important thing for you? For me, since I'm a girl and I'm superficial, for me, the aesthetic is very important and the gameplay. Fun, ass, the storytelling, gameplay, fun, gameplay. Is the gameplay fun? I feel like that's basically like whether you enjoy the gameplay or not. The gameplay loot, the story, sexy lady. Story, if it's a story game, the booba. Gameplay and optimization. Ooh, optimization is a good one. Gameplay, story, and gameplay, honestly. So what I'm seeing that you guys don't particularly care about aesthetics or graphics or whatever. As long as it's fun and enjoyable, you can basically, you know, do whatever. I mean, you guys play Factorio, and no offense, but it looks... It's a certain type of aesthetic, let's just say that.
This report, the biggest miss they have is how self-inflicted this collapse is, especially around gameplay. These games just aren't fun, and their priorities are completely out of order. Bain is right that if players care more about gameplay, indies are going to have an easier time competing because that's all they have, but that's also the part that AAA gave up. In indie games...
You know, the more I think about it, I think my favorite games are also not AAA. Like, I really like Cult of the Lamb, Valheim. What else was I autistically really into? God, that fucking card game that we played during the last Subathon. I played that shit so much on Switch. Balala? No, it wasn't Balatro, it was the other one. Animal Crossing. Okay, I don't think is Animal Crossing AAA. I'm afraid to say that Animal Crossing is just like yeah. Inscription. It was so good. I love Inscription.
Is the starting line in AAA? It feels increasingly more optional. AAA games stopped obsessing over the gameplay and started obsessing over the way they look, over how they're positioned, over the agenda that they're trying to pretend to represent, how they could attract more investors, what trend they're trying to ride. And when you build a game like that, you don't end up building something that people love. You just end up building something that people tolerate until they don't. Back last year during the 30th anniversary of Space Invaders, the game's creator, Tomohiro Nishikado, said that he thinks games are being made the wrong way, and he pointed out this very issue. He said the game development process in Taito eventually changed, and we, the game creators, were increasingly expected to listen to the sales team, which came up with new title concepts they thought would sell. Then we started game development based on that. Personally, I don't think it's the correct approach.
I don't know, man. Listening to the sales team about what kind of games you should develop, I don't know about that.
Should make a game on their own first, and then they should expand the project larger. That's what I felt throughout my whole career. AAA games feel a lot like skinwalkers. They just kind of sketch you out. You can tell they're not necessarily the same as everybody else. Underneath, it's just an amalgamation of a bunch of different incentives, a bunch of different people pulling strings in all kinds of different directions for their own wants and needs, none of it having anything to do with you as a player. It's all about whether they think it will sell. Does it look like the game that it needs to look like? Is it going to offend anybody? Is it sending the right message? Can we monetize it? Can we put a...
It's high guard. I guarantee you, they must have thought it's going to sell so well. That, we are going to put in like battle passes and skins and we will upgrade it. Here's the roadmap. There will be new maps and new characters. And it's like, oh no.
Battle path in it. That's what I think happened to Diablo 4. It's one of the reasons that game probably took so long to come out is because these guys had a hard time figuring out how they were going to monetize it as a live service. And you see...
Okay, but have you considered Diablo Immortal? Do you think Diablo Immortal is still, like, popular? I remember when there was that guy who spent, like, 13,000 on, like, the loot boxes or whatnot in it. That was insane.
That pretty much across the board with a lot of these games. And I think that this can only go on for so long before the games themselves start to lose meaning, and then the studios start to lose players. Somewhere along the way, when games got mainstream, when they started becoming more profitable, the video game part of the equation just disappeared. And once these guys started exploiting
the big issue
these
with
games,
most AAA games now is that they're shallow as a puddle, while wasting all time on fidelity and presentation.
That's true. No, you know what? I don't even think that's the worst thing. The worst thing is really the preachiness. When the game is trying to lecture me that what is right and what is wrong, and they put too much real life stuff into it, it just turns me the fuck down. I don't want to know. I am playing a game. I don't want to be reminded of the socio-economic and political factors of the world. Like, that's not why I'm playing a game. I just want to chill on the couch and have a hee-hee and a ha-ha, you know?
Games for profit. Let's be honest, it's exactly what these companies are doing. As much as these guys want to come out and be like, guys, I'm trying to make the most creative thing ever. You have to understand. Stop bullying me online. There are executives that are above you.
Like, I swear to God, that's the best feeling when you get into a game and then you sort of drown in it. You know, you're so immersed that you play it for like 8 hours straight, and once you're done gaming, you're just like, what year is it? Oh my God, you know, because you sat down in the morning and then you're up at night and you're just like, wow, where did the sun go? I just got up 5 minutes ago. That's when you know that it's an excellent fucking game. You know, it's like, oh shit, I forgot to eat. I didn't even go to pee. I didn't do jack shit all day. I was only meant to sit down for an hour. And it's like, wow, look at that. It's 2 a.m. That's a good fucking game.
That are trying to milk this industry as hard as they possibly can, and they don't care if it collapses because they'll just go get a job in another industry.
Yeah.
That's what CEOs do. Watch the path of some of these guys. They are destructive forces. But
I feel like for me, the last game that did that was unironically FF14 Endwalker. I think that was the last time that I was like, I wake up, I sit down, I didn't do anything. I barely ate anything, and I was just like, okay. Yeah, I walked to the end. That was a good expansion. I didn't play the next one because of furry. I was like, I'm not into furry.
It's no surprise now that we're starting to see the pendulum swing in the opposite direction. Back to video games just being video games. I don't know exactly when it happened for me, but when I look at the numbers that they were showing, this is almost the exact same timeline or experience that I felt where I started playing less and less AAA games and more indie games. And while there are still AAA games that I get excited for, it's a fleeting matter. Once the honeymoon phase ends, I almost immediately start seeing the ugly head of the AAA hallmarks that I've gotten all too used to, and I just walk away and go back to an indie game.
You know what's the worst about AAA games? When you suddenly notice the loop. There is like a gameplay loop, and suddenly the game doesn't feel like an adventure or an experience, but it's like a chore. It's like, oh no, I know what's happening. I will go the next town. I will have 5 quests that is boring as fuck, and I don't really care, and it doesn't further the story, but I have to do it. Oh no. And then, you know, I hate that. Once I figure that loop out, it kills all immersion for me, and I don't feel like I want to play it anymore.
Now, all of this explains why people aren't playing AAA games anymore. And these analysts are starting to figure it out, which means investors are also going to figure it out. That part I don't necessarily like, but they have all the data, they have the analytics. But the one thing that these guys don't seem to understand is why people play indie games. It should probably come as no surprise, but I've somehow already sunk over 30 hours into Mugenics, and I don't exactly know when that happened. I just kind of blinked and a couple days disappeared. I haven't really been sleeping.
See, this is what I'm talking about. He literally sat down and he got teleported into the future. See, it's that kind of game.
All that well recently, but I will say one of the things that I realized is how few of these indie devs give a fuck. This is a game about eugenics. It's about trying to breed the perfect cat killing machine using D&D party and class structure inside of a tactical turn-based roguelike where you can end up breeding cats that have autism and ADHD. The voice cast includes literal real-life ideological enemies like Ethan Klein and iDubbbz. The devs actually put Chris Chan in this game. And of course, the second the game dropped, it got the usual problematic treatment. PC Gamer ran the whole entire controversy pregame. Rock, Paper, Shotgun grilled Edmund McMillan over the casting. And his answer is perfect. He just said if he had only picked who he agreed with, he'd be the only one meowing in the game. And I can't lie. That is absurdly refreshing. I think that's a huge...
You know, that's my new pet peeve. Every time I look at a video and I open up the comments, there is always someone who says, this XY thing is very good. I wish they wouldn't be problematic. And it makes me want to skin myself. There are no perfect people. There will be always assholes. Stop calling everything and everyone problematic. Leave me alone.
Huge reason why a lot of these indie games are taking over. It's not better tools, it's not marketing trends, it's not whatever analyst language that they want to use. It's that these games are being made from the roots again. Somebody with vision, someone making something that they think is cool without spending half of their dev cycle
That's a very problematic take. I know. I am very problematic. I am the problem, actually.
of online drama.
You know, I always strive to be the problem, never the solution. Not gonna lie. That's like sort of a life philosophy of mine.
Politics, trends, optics, or whether or not some consultant is going to try to flag a line of their dialogue. It's two questions. Is this cool and is this fun? And that mindset keeps winning. I think that Nishikado quote from earlier nails this perfectly. Developers should make their own games first. Indie games still have that quality behind them where you can feel a person behind it. Somebody's taste, somebody's weirdness, somebody's obsession, not a product that's built to satisfy 10 different incentives at once. Games like Eugenics feel selfishly made, and that's not a flaw. That's where some of the best games come from. The Legend of...
It's a passion game. That's why it's good. This man had an idea, and he was passionate about it, and it was like, I'm gonna make it. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be fogged up in a head. 10 out of 10.
Zelda exists because Miyamoto wanted to bottle his own childhood exploring caves in the countryside of Japan and turn that feeling into a video game. Concerned Ape made Stardew Valley because he felt that Harvest Moon kept getting worse. Notch made Minecraft as a personal project because he just loved the loop of building stuff with blocks. Miyazaki, his whole approach to FromSoft storytelling, the gaps, the fragments, that comes from him being a kid who couldn't read Western novels, Western fantasy novels that he was obsessed with, so he just started filling in the blanks with his own.
Be the whole problem.
Okay. I will be the entire problem.
Imagination. Yoko Taro, Nier Automata. That's basically him.
He was just a degenerate. We don't talk about him. He just wanted to see slutty men and women run around. Yeah. Very fucking based, unironically.
Him just giving his own personal retelling of Evangelion through his own weird lens. You keep going down the list and you're going to realize something very fast. Most of the games that people actually love didn't start off as a market demand.
I love his mind. He's absolutely fucked up in the head, and I love every percentage of him. 10 out of 10 based.
They started off as somebody wanting to make something that they thought was cool, something that they thought was fun. You know, for a really long time, I assumed that a lot of these big indie hits were just about listening to the players. Like, these guys are DJs out there taking requests, just perfectly responding to market feedback. But the more that I watch it, the more I come to realize that these guys are the ones that are making the call and then answering it themselves. They're not some alien species. They are you. They are me. They're sitting around asking, what happened to that game? Where did that game go? Why doesn't anybody make a game like this? And instead of waiting, these guys are just doing it themselves. And when I start to look at it through that lens, why these games are being made, the way these games are being designed, the success
12
makes a lot
happy anniversary, still lovers, smug.
Anniversary.
more sense. These games make a lot more sense. They're making games for themselves.
What game is this? It looks so cute.
As a video
I see tentacle.
game player. When I play an indie game, I boot it up and I just play it. Even if it's on the first playthrough, there's barely any downtime. No 10-minute movie intro, no long-winded exposition, no tutorial that's keeping me from playing the actual game. Meanwhile, with AAA games, they become increasingly more abrasive and convoluted. I remember when I was reviewing Call of Duty Black Ops 7, and it took me almost 15 minutes just to get to actual gameplay. Shaders installing, updating, restarting, relaunching, agreeing to sharing my data and their community guidelines and whatever.
Oh, I hate that. I hate it when a game starts with like here is your unskippable tutorial. Have fun, because I am going to hold your hand and you will not be able to do anything. You have to listen and did you know that if you press Control, you can crouch, and if you press Shift, then you can run faster. And also you have to use WASD to move and look around. And I'm just like, ah!
Or else, then more cutscenes, then menu juggling, and the whole time, I'm just sitting there thinking, all I want to do is play a game. I just want to play the game. The longer you keep me from doing that, the more likely I am to leave. A lot of indie games remind me of older games for that reason. Over the holidays, I got gifted one of those digital Super Nintendos. I sat down, I turned it on, and I immediately realized none of that friction ever existed back then. The focus was entirely on you getting into the game fast. And
I don't know the name of this game, but I recognize it. Earthworm Jim. Dude, you know what was good? Worms Armageddon. I don't know why I keep thinking about Worms Armageddon.
Having enough game there to keep you. Hell, most of the games didn't even have tutorials.
So cool.
All they did was just drop you into the game and had you figure it out. And figuring it out was actually part of the fun. You were discovering the controls. You were discovering the game itself, bare bones with context or no context at all. And you were just...
Dude, I don't know when this game came out, but the style is so good. I know it's like a side-scroller and it's like basically a 2D and everything, but it looks so good. It holds up so well, right? Looks like in HD. Maybe it's a remaster, but it's basically, you know, the original style. It looks so good.
Off to the races. So now here I am playing Eugenics, and I'm realizing it's the exact same attraction. You breed cats, cool, but the game is not sitting you down and spoon-feeding you all of the optimal breeding paths. It's not even telling you how to guarantee traits, what stats belong on what role, what the best build is, or any of that. You get basic controls, and that's about it. You don't even know how terrain works, how you can use elements, how chain abilities work, or how you can use items properly. The game just...
Listen, you can't do that anymore. You're gonna confuse the journalists. They are gonna cry, and IGN is going to downvote them because the journalist doesn't know how to double jump. Okay, stop scaring they are like the ice cream behind the glass. It's like, stop tapping the ice or the glass because you're scaring the ice cream. It's the same with the journalists.
Gives you a puzzle, throws it in your lap, and says, figure it out. A lot of modern games have moved away from that. Everything gets explained in full detail. Nothing gets left unsaid. It's all in the name of accessibility. So they just want to make sure that everyone understands the game because they need everyone to understand the game. So they spell everything out. They flatten the learning curve. They sand down the edges. And once that mindset takes over, it just starts bleeding into the rest of the design. The game is so complex. Well, now they're going to over-explain. Then they notice that they're over-explaining. So now they simplify. They remove features. They remove texture. They make it easier to swallow it. In that process,
that's like basically World of Warcraft skill trees. Yeah, been there, done that. Fuck.
The game starts to lose its feeling of discovery. It starts to lose its feeling of a video game. It starts to lose the sense of exploration and achievement that you only get from earning your understanding, which is the whole reason that we play a lot of these games. Beyond that, the final point that I'm going to make, if you guys really want to know why indie is winning, and yes, I know that I harp on this point a lot, the biggest deciding factor here is price. And I don't just mean that indie games are cheaper so people buy them.
I want to remind you guys, when that guy was saying that if you're poor, you shouldn't be playing games, I will never not think about that. Oh, you can't afford an $80 whatever game, you're too poor, you shouldn't be playing games. That's literally, if you're a broke boy, just say so. Yeah.
I mean, price changes the shape of
Thanks.
success here. It makes the difference between basically all of these games. It makes these games way easier to try, way easier to recommend, way easier to go viral, and it's how you end up with indie outpacing AAA at nearly 3 times the growth. Like, do the math. If you bought every indie hit in 2025, you'd be looking at around $300. If you bought every AAA release, you'd be north of $1,600. That is
The thing is that I am like 99.9% sure that people, they know why AAA is good. It's just they cannot present it to the higher ups because the higher ups are so, like, their heads is so far up their asses that all they see is that, like, oh no, we must do the popular thing, okay? And it's not one of those. It's man.
a huge gap. That is the
They
difference
will not
between,
get in.
sure, I'll grab it and
It's not just the gaming industry. It's the same with Hollywood. Why do you think we have so much freaking slop coming out? Why is it that Markiplier makes a movie with basically just like, I don't know, how much money did he have? He had like, I don't know, a few $100,000 to make it plus a toaster, and he made a movie, and it's like, oh my god, everyone is like, wow, 10 out of 10, you know? And all the expensive movies are just doing shit. 3 million, yeah, there you go. That's like $500 in a not working toaster. And meanwhile, look at Disney. How many flops over flops and flops and flops, you know?
need to be convinced that I'm not going to waste my money. There is simply more room for players to say yes with indie games than there is with AAA, and it's not even close. Indie games are simply just better pretty much across the board. Indie games are being made by people who still have their incentives that are lining up with the players. They respect your time, they feel fun immediately, they make something that people actually want to play, while AAA is sitting around making games for everybody else except the player. These games are just better in every single way, whether it's affordability, whether it's creativity, whether it's even the way they look in some cases. I mean, look at some of these games visually. You can take a screenshot and almost know exactly where some of these games are coming from, but with a lot of these modern AAA games, they all look the same. They're spending millions of dollars chasing the
I have another thing that I hate about AAA games, is that they all look so dull. I don't know if that's it's Unity or is it like the Unreal Engine, but there are no colors. It's always that boring 3D, gray, dull, yeah, whatever fucking filter on it, boring ass assets, and I'm just like, wow.
Silk Song still has 15,000 players.
Damn. That's, bro, if I would be high guard. I would be actually clinically depressed. Like, I would need therapy after that launch. Dude.
exact same aesthetic because none of these guys understand where success is coming from. It reminds me of this video that I saw where some guy
Hop on high guard said literally no one.
green screened my apartment's background into his video. Flattering, weird, but it's definitely, you're going down the wrong lane. I'm going to tell you that right now. I just want people to appreciate how much this industry is flipped. Like, it's completely transformed at this point. Nearly everybody I know outside of people that play Nintendo games are skeptical of
You know, I just remembered, you know what franchise I actually really hate? I'm not even sure if it's AAA or not. I really hate Sims. I really hate Sims 4s because they keep pushing out fucking DLCs, and someone counted all of them together and it's way over $1,000. Sims is AA, it's AAA. I hate it. I only played Sims once because I got the entire pack through definitely legitimate means, and I had access to it. Definitely very, very legitimate. It was, yeah. And I played it and I was just like, oh man, like I couldn't disassociate from the fact how expensive would be if I would have bought all of it. I couldn't fucking enjoy the game. I actually felt really disgusted. Over $1,000 just to play a stupid little life simulator? Are you insane? Bro,
every single AAA release, but are over the moon for a $20 indie game that's coming from somebody that's a nobody, that's coming from nowhere. But to be honest with you, that nobody from nowhere is a lot closer to you and I than a C-suite executive that's trying to slap it.
I will be honest with you. I feel like if you say that you have Sims 4 with all the DLCs, like legit purchase, that's a fucking red flag. That's where I draw the line. You're a problem, okay? That's a red flag. I'm not talking to you.
Other character with a Killmonger haircut because they believe that it's better for audience demographics.
Bro. And listen, I'm a bad person, okay? And like I do occasionally perhaps sometimes spend on like skins in game that I enjoy, okay? But not like this. Not like this, okay? Never like this.
When did you guys start waiting for AAA releases instead of counting them down?
When did I stop waiting? I think around for me I think Cyberpunk broke something in me. When Cyberpunk came out and it was so unusable, I think that was the line where I was just like, oh, you can't really trust anyone anymore. For me, the launch of Cyberpunk was the one. It was like, oof, yeah, this fucking sucks. You buy it for such an expensive amount of money and it barely runs. It's fucking shut down. My memory is leaking. My computer is dying. Yeah, no.
You know, back in the day, 10, 15 years ago, people were waiting outside in the blistering cold, in the smoldering heat. They were already sold on these games years before they ever released.
Now Cyberpunk is very good. I agree. I played Cyberpunk. It's really, 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 really fucking good. I played it multiple times. It's so good. The DLC was really good too.
Now, everybody waits. I was back there when the ancient texts were first written for the Wrath of the Lich King launch, for Grand Theft Auto 5, for Halo 3, even further back than that. Oh, man.
No, you enjoy Starfield. To be fair, people didn't say Starfield is bad. They said it's incredibly fucking boring. So if you're into that kind of thing, then, you know, they just said it's
what
really,
worse,
really boring.
Having all Sims 4 DLCS or collecting Labubu dolls.
Oh, ooh. Both are bad. The fucking Labubu. That's the Labubu.
I feel like I'm fading right now. But, you know, part of that is digital downloads. That's the reason why people didn't show up for them anymore. But the other part, nothing stopped.
Labubus are verse straight up. It depends on how much it costs. I legit thought that Labubus cost like $20. I didn't understand until I noticed that you can buy Labubus for like $500. And I was like, what? Jesus Christ, it's just like a plushie. It's not even cute. It's kind of just like an ugly little gremlin staring at you. What's a Labubu? It's like a plushie that you put onto your bag or something. Well, Labubu, I'm good. I'm not really into that. Sorry.
Stopping people from playing some of these games and waiting up until midnight until they launch, but that doesn't really happen. We stopped waiting. We stopped showing up. You know, if this year plays out like last year did, we're going to see a lot more than 3 times the growth.
I'm sure when GTA 6 comes out, it's going to be definitely not buggy. And they are definitely not delaying it again and again because they still have to fix some shit on it. I'm sure there will be no performance issues, no preachiness, no nothing. The price will be very affordable. It's coming this year. It's coming. It's coming. I believe they will definitely not push it to 2027. And Half-Life 3, oh yeah, that will come with the Gabe and Q, right? With the Gabe Q? Of course, I believe.
These guys are going to surrender more and more of this industry at an ever-increasing rate.
Yes.
And it's ultimately going to end up in more layoffs, more studio closures. And to be honest with you, while there's going to be a lot of people, at least in games media, that are going to be mourning that, I'm going to be celebrating the better games. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did enjoy the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends. Follow me on social media. Follow me on Twitter.
I will follow you even to the toilet. You will be there and I will be like, would you like a toilet paper? I have it right here. And you're going to be like, wow, who the fuck are you and what are you doing in my bathroom? And I will be like, don't ask questions you're not ready to answer for. It's fine. Just let me in. Just let me in. It's okay. Just let me in.